Welcome to the Creative People series presented by Pineapple Gallery. I'm Audrey Shear and I'll be your curator. Today's guest is Trish Vevera. Trish is an artist who paints in oils, acrylics, watercolors, and mixed media. She received progressive degrees in art and education from Grinnell College, Iowa, the University of Iowa, and the University of Illinois. She has taught in high schools, community colleges, art groups, and for private groups. She's a signature member of Plein Air Florida. She's a member of Artists Workshop New Smyrna Beach, Gargiulo Arts Foundation, Flagler County Art League, and the Florida Women's Art Association. She was Flagler County 2018 Artist of the Year. Trish. Welcome, Trish, to the Creative People series. It's a pleasure to have you, and I love your outfit, by the way.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Pineapples.
I like how that's good. It's really cute. Okay, are you ready for our first question?
Oh, yes.
Okay. In your artist statement, you state that you provide contemporary renderings of realistic environments. Can you elaborate on that using this painting?
Using this painting. Well, this painting, when I first started it, it was a palm tree and some bushes and kind of a walkway. And then I said, okay, what can I do to not make it so exact? So then I took my paints and I, technical term here, swooshed them around. Swished them around to give it this kind of lively movement. And so then that's where it ended up. So wow. I think it's contemporary, but yes, you still can tell kind of what it is. So
that one went kind of far.
That one went farther than some
Some
others.
of them go less far, right?
Some go less far.
Okay. But you told yourself, how can I make this not look like what it is? And then you did that.
Right. But I still wanted to keep that feel and yes, that image in there. Yes.
Okay. And this one is nearby, right?
Excuse me. Yes, nearby. I painted this from outside the door looking towards the ocean up there. So this palm tree is on the way to the beach.
Is this palm tree still out there? It's not the one that they took down, right?
It's not the one they took down.
Oh, good. Good. That's special. Okay. Describe for us one of those moments when you just knew you had to paint something in particular. Was this one of those times?
You kind of walk around and you look and you go, aha. The aha moment. This morning I was out painting and I was walking around our little pond that's near our house and there's a bridge nearby. And I said, I have to get that bridge, but I don't want just the bridge. I want the water and the bushes and the trees and the water behind the bridge and the land behind that. And, so I wanted a particular view. So, yes, I walk around and I look for a particular view.
Does that happen to you all the time, whether you're out looking for something to paint or not? Do you walk around and go, aha, I'm coming back?
I do.
Or, yeah?
I do. I use my cell phone and I take pictures and I said, I better do this sometime.
Yes.
So I'll take a reminder photo. And I do that for a lot of when I'm painting too, is I take a reminder photo because the light changes, the shadows change. And so I want to have that particular moment captured.
Do you go back to the spot or you use the photo? Or sometimes?
Either way. I go back to the spot a lot of times and then I'll finish up. I'll call it finish up at home because I've already got what I really want, but just kind of like clean it up. I think I'll clean it up.
Yes. I remember a workshop with you where we were supposed to bring our photo because it was an inside workshop. And then you said, okay, put your photos away now.
Yeah.
And that's when it got interesting, right?
Right. You start with that and then you see what you can do with it. Right.
So you obviously love painting.
Right.
I'm curious. Do you paint every day?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do not paint every day.
Do you paint when you're on vacation?
I paint when I'm on vacation. Yes, a lot on vacation. I get my stuff ready. I say, I've got so many days and I've got so much time. And I do really pack it in when I'm away. Of course, I only have one vacation a year this year, so.
But that's how you want to spend your vacation,
right.
Painting when you're on it. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Do you ever have to make yourself get to work? You say, Trish, I have to paint today. I have to get to work.
I've said that. I said that this morning.
Did you?
Said I have to paint this morning. It's not raining because we've had so much rain lately that you got to kind of fit it in. So I got out there, 9 to 11, 11 o'clock, here comes the showers, and I got everything in my car, and as I was driving home, it started raining. So it's been tough lately so when it's nice, I'd say, okay, today's the day. Even though I have other things to do, they can wait.
Yeah, so that's just kind of your attitude. Everything else can wait. It's a good time to paint.
Right.
Because you know that painting is your number one thing to do. Your number one priority is painting, so you just do.
My number one priority is my husband.
Oh, after that. After that. Good answer. I guess he's watching.
Yeah, he's watching.
What is your definition of a successful work of art?
What's a successful work of art? Well, since I've been, I guess, trained in how to see and how to look and how things should be arranged, whether it's a realistic art or abstract art, I like how things are organized and how things flow through a painting. And so that's what I look for, to be that successful work of art. If there's movement and a feeling in that particular painting, not just painted on paint, not just realism for realism's sake. I like to see what's going on besides that. So organization is important to me when I look at a work and consider it successful.
Okay. What is your favorite question to be asked about one of your paintings?
What's my favorite question?
What do you like it when people ask you?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Do you have a least favorite question?
Not so much a question, but a statement.
Okay.
When people come around, they look at the painting and they said, honey, to their wife or husband, honey, you can do that.
So
or whatever, whichever painting it is. Honey, you can do that, or anybody can do that, And so it's like, try it and you'll find out it's not always as easy as you think.
Okay.
You definitely go through mental manipulations when at least I do, when I'm painting. You step back and you look back and you think about it. But when it comes out, it looks like, oh yeah, that's just the way it should be. Well, it's not always comes out just the way it should be. Sometimes it doesn't.
So you know how you deal. That's how you deal with a less than enthusiastic response. Do you ever get a flat out?
Oh yes.
Would that be your?
I remember I used to do a lot of shows, outdoor shows.
Yeah.
And people would walk by and they would go, "Ugh,
oh my gosh,
I hate those colors," or "Oh, that is so wild," or that is so bright. They can't handle that particular thing. They're used to more subdued kind of paintings, which is okay,
right.
But you go, oh well.
Oh, see,
a momentary deflation.
Just a tiny moment.
Just a tiny.
Because then you have enough people come by that love it, right?
That's right.
So it averages out.
That's right.
So what advice would you give to somebody just starting out in their artistic career to deal with less than enthusiastic response to their work?
Well, you have to be your own. Trying to convince people that they should be their own person and their own artist, I think is part of when I teach. It's like, I don't want to see your painting look like mine. I don't want a copy of my painting on your easel. I want you to have your own interpretation. I'm just here to guide you.
Good advice. What is one of the most memorable assignments you were given in art school? And what did you learn from it?
Had lots of assignments. I know I had one that was not painting, was 3D.
Yeah.
And it was take this big piece of paper, cut out amoeba forms, and make a three-dimensional project out of it. So that was kind of different, but it was kind of fun. It's like, it definitely was challenging because I'm not that I can't do 3D, but I prefer 2D.
So what did it look like? Your 3D project?
It looked like an abstract amoeba form.
Kind of big?
Yeah, right. It was this high.
Could you color it?
You could, but it was all white.
It was all white?
Just left it white.
Because it was all about the sculpture, I guess, the assignment.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
If you could invite any artist to dinner, who would it be, and what would you ask them?
Any artist. Dead or alive?
Dead or alive, yes. Any of them. You can have any one you want.
Well, of course, I'm fond of the Impressionists, and so, Vincent van Gogh, I guess I would invite him because he was a little off, I guess, a little bit, and so he sounds like he would have been really interesting to talk to. Also, I like his color palette. I mean, he had lots of bright colors. I like Monet, but Monet is a little more subtle, and I'm not as subtle a painter as Monet, so I would say Vincent van Gogh. And also Vincent, V for Vevera,
Okay.
I mean, how far can I go? Quick, get to the next question.
Okay, that's a good follow-up question. What's the accomplishment or piece of work you are most proud of?
One of the pieces of work that I was most proud of was a painting that I did on the loop that was like 4 foot by 4 foot. And it's been a few years since I did that because it was all plein air. I mean, I didn't do anything at home. And so I took it out and put up my easel behind my SUV, and I put my paints on the tailgate of the SUV, and I was standing in the road, well, not in the road, but along the road. Too. And the sheriff came along and he said, maybe you better get red cones put next to you because when people see you, unconsciously, they swerve towards you. Did you ever know that? But anyway, so I spent a month painting this. I would go out every day that the sun was similar to the day before, and I would paint. And so I feel that was quite an accomplishment to get that done.
So you were doing a Monet haystack kind of thing?
No, I went out every single morning and painted in the same light and the same shadows. So I didn't change. I didn't change it as the day went on. No, I always finished by noon. Always finished by noon. Yeah.
Okay.
So painted only half a day.
And that's your favorite painting?
Yeah.
Of yours. I'd like to see that sometime. Do you still have it?
No.
Oh, you sold it?
I sold it. I sold it.
I bet it's wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What was it like to be chosen Flagler County Artist of the Year and be added to that list of very impressive artists?
Yes.
It's a big deal, that award.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was a good year. I mean, I had several shows. Lots of people came to see them. I sold a lot of work. That's where I sold the one painting that I was just telling you about. And it was exciting, I have to say that. I figured there's lots of other people around who are deserving also. But I said, hey, great, And so I was talking to one of my fellow artists who was also a Artist of the Year in previous years. And she said, enjoy your year.
Yeah.
Enjoy your year because this is your year. Everybody will recognize that. And, next year it'll be somebody else.
That was
somebody else's turn.
Very good advice.
Yes.
Very good advice. But you do stay on the list forever.
That's right.
Which is pretty cool. Tell us something about yourself that most people don't know about you.
There's lots of things they probably don't know about me.
Yeah?
What would you like to know? In what vein would you like
You want me to narrow it down?
Narrow it down.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go home and I'm thinking, I wish I'd asked Trish that.
I don't know.
Something nobody knows about you.
I don't know. I'm a pretty open book.
Are you?
I golf.
Yes.
The people who golf with me golf.
So they know you golf.
They know I golf.
I think there's something you're not telling us, but that's okay. If you think of it, let us know.
If I think of it, I'll let you know.
Okay. Your latest endeavor is cold wax.
Right.
Oh, let me show the sample. And while I'm showing the sample, tell us what made you try it, and if you're having fun with it, and if it's a gooey process.
Oh yeah, gooey is it?
Is it? It's a gooey process. This is the
cold wax.
Yes. It's
when,
beautiful.
When the COVID arrived, the first 3 months I didn't do any painting.
That's a long time for you, right?
That's right.
3 months you didn't paint?
3 months I didn't paint.
Good grief.
And I said, So I'm looking on Facebook and I'm seeing cold wax. I said, what is that? I saw another artist in Ormond who painted in cold wax before, but it never clicked. So I said, okay, here I am with all this time, and I might as well try something new, because I like to try new things. I do something for a while, and then, okay, it's time to do something else for a while. So then I just, went online, and I looked at YouTube, and I looked at all kinds of stuff on Facebook. There's lots of helpful things for you to look at. And so I says, okay, I'll try this.
Okay. Did they start out less pretty when you first began, or were you just automatically, oh, look, something else I'm great at?
Well, what I first started out with is taking old paintings that were less than I thought they should be. Mm-hmm. And they were oil paintings, so therefore, some of them are acrylic paintings, some are oil paintings. And I have a scene, and I would say, okay, what does this need? And so then I just start with cold wax. You build up layers. You put a layer of color and another layer of color, not right after each other. I learned that, I said, okay, I'm going to put blue up here for this guy. And then I said, okay, well, maybe it needs a little toning down. So I put yellow over it. Guess what? The sky was green. So cold wax stays kind of moist for a while. And when you use a roller, I rolled it on. When you use a roller, it compresses into itself. And so then blue and yellow made green. So the idea is you roll the color on, you let it dry for a little while, and then you roll another color on, you let it dry for a while. And then when you get kind of what you think, you start scraping and scratching with your palette knife or whatever you feel you want to use to scrape parts and pieces out. And then if you don't like that, you paint over where you're scraping some more.
Well, it sounds like fun.
It is. So it just keeps on building different layers, and it's very textural. And so that's one thing I liked that was new. I wasn't particularly a textural artist. So there also, cold wax is much more subdued look. This is like bright in your face, where the cold wax is much more subdued and quiet.
It's a little closer to Monet, right?
It's a little closer to Monet, right? Yes, it is. So that's okay.
It's beautiful. And you're going to do a cold wax demo here at Pineapple Gallery. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Right.
We're all going to be experts after that, right?
Right.
Excellent.
You'll need 2 or 3 pieces of boards to work on, because you're going to have to work on one for a while and then another one for a while, because if you work on the same one, you will get green.
Okay.
Or whatever color. Yes.
Okay. All right. Before I ask my last question, actually, I can't believe how fast this went. I should have had more questions. All right, before the last question, where can we go to learn more about you and see more of your work?
Right here at Pineapple Gallery, of course. And let's see, the 20th through the 24th, which is coming up in a few weeks, at least from this point in time, I'll be down in New Smyrna Beach at
next week.
20th to 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be down.
Yeah, week after next.
Yeah, right. Week after next. I'll be down in New Smyrna Beach for the New Smyrna Beach Paint Out. And I'll be there all week. And I will be doing a demo there on Friday morning, cold wax demo down there. So if anybody wants to see kind of a quick 2-hour presentation, I'll be there. There's other presentations all during the week with other people, but they're welcome to come. So those are the 2 places now. Also, in November, like the 12th through the 20th, I will be at the Casements with just one painting. One painting that is there because it's a family renew. It's a fundraiser. So there'll be my painting along with lots of other people's paintings that people can buy. And then Family Renew gets 50%.
Nice. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Where else? Well, that's it for now.
And you're online too, don't you?
And I'm online. I do have
it Fine Art America?
At Fine Art America. I'm online. I have to put my new stuff in there.
Yeah,
once
you
I
do.
get it painted at the paint out. So I'll have a bunch of new stuff at the paint out, and then in November and December I'll have my new stuff here at Fine Art.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
It's going to be beautiful in here.
Yeah, so it'll be
November
different.
and December.
No glaring in the face. All Monet light.
Oh, is it all going to be cold wax this
All
next?
cold
Oh,
wax.
fun.
I mean, I hope that's the plan.
Wow. So you have a lot of work to do.
I've got a lot of work to do.
You have a whole lot of work to do.
I've got a whole lot of work.
It's just next month.
Yes.
But that's okay.
That's all right. That's
You
all right.
paint almost every day when the weather's nice.
When the weather's nice, yes.
Okay. My last question. What is the most satisfying part about your life as an artist? Is your husband going to come into this answer too?
That I can do it. I have the time to do it. I mean, I always painted and did stuff before, and I did some shows. But when you're working and trying to do that and raise a family, it's harder. You don't get to do as much as you'd like. Now, I can pretty much plan when I want to do stuff and do it. So that's very satisfying.
Very satisfying. Well, thank you for being here today. It was fun. I always love talking to you.
You're welcome.
That was really fast. So thank you for watching. And remember, art is great for the heart, the brain, and the soul. Enjoy some today. See you next time on the Creative People series. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.